Hi everyone. Today I have another walkthrough video taking you from domain name registration all the way to a finished website for a wedding couple. I'll be showing you selecting a template, importing in your own text content, and uploading your own images in order to personalize your wedding website. So we'll start here from the website.com homepage, and we can begin by clicking on the button that says Create Your Website Today. You'll be taken to this screen where you can choose your domain name. You'll also be notified that you can change your design, but we recommend choosing a domain name before making any edits to your website because once a domain name is taken, it's gone for good. So I'll go ahead and input my domain name. And you can see I pressed check availability, and you can see that my website julianneandeddie.com is available. If your domain name is good, you'll see this screen here, and if not, you'll be prompted to change your domain name before continuing. So I can go ahead and press next. The next page we have is two sections. The first is where you select your website hosting plan. We recommend the professional plan. And the second section is to fill out all of your personal and payment information. So I'll fill this out now. Once you've filled this information out, you can click Create My Account Now. This page contains two links, one to view your website now, or one to build your website now. So we'll go ahead and click Build Your Website Now. And we'll be taken to this Select a Website Template screen. So I'll just get rid of this and press OK. So this is the template library, and this is the first decision you'll make when editing your website. Here you can choose from a variety of pre-made templates and sort through specific categories such as newest or most popular. Because we're creating a wedding website, we'll be choosing a wedding template, so I'll look for one that fits my needs. This one looks good, so I can go ahead and click Select. And we'll be greeted with a quick tour just to help us get started, so I'll walk you through that. The first is the color schemes, and this is where you can choose a color scheme to fit your website, and these are basically just the colors that make up all of the different elements of your website. Then it says to edit various elements of your page, you can click on the corresponding elements. This just means that you can edit elements simply by clicking on them. Up here, you can navigate between the different pages of your website by clicking on this section here. Then you have your undo and redo buttons to undo and redo the changes you've just made. Over here is your publish button, which you'll hit once you're fully satisfied with the customizations you've made. And finally, we have the need help section over here, which with links to our YouTube channel and getting started videos. We can begin editing this site to make it more personal. First things first, let's change the date because it's 2015 and not 2014. Now, we can also change the name of the website to fit the two people who are actually getting married. So to edit this text right here, I can click on it, and here in the panel box, select Edit Text. And I'll change the names. What I'll also do is click and drag on this dot here to increase the size of the text box. The last change I can make to this page is to change the main image here. So to change this image, I'll click on it, and in the panel box, click on Change. Now here I can upload my own files, or I can select from our stock and background images. But I'm going to be uploading my own images. So I'll click on that. And I'll go here, and I'll go to my image folder, and I'll select all my images. Then I can click Open. and you can see they begin to become uploaded. So for this page, how about we go with this image? That looks good. What we'll also do is turn off parallax scrolling. And parallax scrolling is that effect when I scroll down the page, and it gives the page a sort of illusion of depth, that the background is moving slower than the foreground. So to turn that off, we can click over here where it says Add Parallax Effect and uncheck that. And I'll position it so that it's in the middle. You can see my image now scrolls with the page. Now is a good time to talk about color schemes. To change your website's color scheme, you can click on Design in the sidebar. And here you can see we have color schemes open already. And color schemes is essentially the palette that makes up the different colors of your website. So you can play around with these, and these are created by our website.com web designers, so they're guaranteed to look good. The template default color scheme is the color scheme that comes with the template when you first select it. And that's it for our home page. The next page is our The Big Day page. To change pages, we'll click on the top left of the page, right here, and we'll go to the Big Day page. So, like the first page, I'll go ahead and change this date. So I'll click on that, edit text, and I'll just change that to 2015. So, the first thing that I'm going to be editing is this text box right here. I'm going to be editing it by importing my own content in, meaning I'll be going into an external source that I have, copying that text, and just pasting it into this existing text box. So I can click on this, and I'll click Edit Text, and I'll highlight this, and I'll open up my external source. I'll copy it, and I'll paste it in. It's that simple. You'll see that my text has now replaced the previous filler text. I'll also do this for the second section and input my own content, as well as change the address. And there you have it. Finally, I'll remove this section here where it says schedule. So to do that, I can click and drag this selection box, and I can delete the different elements by clicking on them. And here in this little menu, selecting this trash can icon, and it will delete all of my selected elements. But now I have this big block of white space. So to move up this wedding party section, I'll click and drag and select all of the elements, and then I can just click and drag and move them up. But now you'll see that I have a lot of white space down here at the bottom. So I need to decrease the size of my content section of this page. So to decrease that, I can go over here to this little arrow at the bottom, and I can click on drag on this icon, and I'll bring it up. And now you can see I've adjusted my page length to fit all of my sections. Now before we move on, we have to change the images on this page. To do that, click on the image, and then click Change Image in the panel box. I'll also change the address of this Google Maps app right here. So to do that, I can click on it, and here in the panel box where it says Address, I'll input the address. And there we have it. Our The Big Day page is finished. We can now move on to our next page, which is the Our Story page. So, like before, go up here to Pages and select Our Story. The first thing we're going to be doing on this page is adding some text, and this will be going under the title of this page. So what I can do first is click on this Our Story text box, and I'll just drag this up a little bit. And then I'll be adding text by going over here to the sidebar, clicking on Add, Text, and I'll add a paragraph. And I'll move that right here, but the text in this is white, so I'll need to make some changes to that. First things first, I'll go Edit Text, and I'll highlight all of the text in this paragraph, and I'll go to my external source, and I'll put in my own text. Now is a good time to talk about the text editor. So this right here is the text editor, and here you can make different changes to the text, such as font styles, font type, size, color, bold. So you can see that my text here is white. So what I'll be doing is changing the font style of this text. So I can click and highlight all of it, and I'll go here, which is the font style section. And how about we go with title 2? I'll click and drag this, move this up here, and I'll increase the size of this text box. And there we have it. The font styles are pre-made customizations made by our website.com web designers, and they're designed to look good. So now I'll change the text on this page too in the same way that I imported my own text from the other page. I'll also delete these two text boxes right here. Also, I need to change the names of these two people to match the names of our people that are actually getting married, which are Julianne and Eddie. So I can click on it, edit text, and I'll just type in the names. I also have a bunch of white space right here. So to change that, I can select all of the elements below it, and I can click and drag and move them up. And I'll decrease the size of the content section as well. Finally, I'll change the images. And I'll just readjust all the sections to make it centered. There we go. And our R story page is finished. So the next page will be the gallery page. So to go to the gallery page, we can go up here to Pages and choose Gallery. For this gallery, we'll be using our Masonry image gallery, and I'll be using our own uploaded images. To change the images used, you can click on the Masonry gallery. Over here in the panel box, select Edit Masonry. And to remove these placeholder images, you can click on this red X here in the corner. And I'll go Add Image. And I can add about 6 or 7 of my own images to make up the Masonry gallery. I'll go Use Images, and I'll click Done. And you can see these images are organized into a Masonry gallery. If you want to shuffle the images, you can click on the Masonry, and here in the Masonry panel box, click on Shuffle Images. And that will just reorder the images. That one looks good. The next page you can see is the journal page, but we're going to be renaming it the Our Events page. To rename it, you can go over here to the sidebar and click on Pages. And here for the journal page, click on this gear icon. And I'll rename it Our Events. And click Done. And we're now on our Events page. And you can see this is a blog page. This page is going to be having a few blog posts that we're going to be inputting manually. The blog is sorted by the latest entries, which will be found at the top. With a blog, it gives good incentive for visitors to continue visiting your site to view updates. To add a new post, click on Create New Blog Entry. You can also add images to a blog post. So I can go ahead and bring this down a line, and I'll go here. And in this section right here, I'll click on this button, and that's the Add Image button. And here I can go to Browse, and I can add some of our uploaded images. I'll make the width 300. Click OK. then press Done. You can see this is our first blog post. I'll go ahead and add a few more. And there you have it, our completed Our Events page with a few blog posts. Finally, the last page is the RSVP page. And on this page, we'll only be changing the image above the RSVP form. So to change this image, we can click on it, and here in the panel box, click Change Image. And how about we use this image? And that's it. We've now built a website for Eddie and Julianne's wedding, including an Our Story page, an Our Events blog, and a gallery. To view what the website would look like, you can click on the preview button here in the top right. And I'll just take you through a few of the pages. Once you're fully satisfied with your website, you can click on this Publish button here. If you have any more questions, you can check out our YouTube channel where we have other website walkthroughs and tutorials, or you can contact our support team. Thanks for watching.